It's Ken Harbaugh with the MeidasTouch Network. I'm back from Ukraine, where I was reporting for MeidasTouch and Valor Media, but Putin's campaign of terror continues. He is unleashing hell on population centers in the wake of Ukraine's Operation Spiderweb, which targeted the bomber fleet that is launching these attacks on civilians. One of the cities in the crosshairs is Kherson, a place I have visited often. Take a look at the background in this shot. And this is what that building looks like now. Russia's attacks are indiscriminate, designed to terrorize the people of Ukraine. Just days before this latest wave of bombings, Denver Riggleman and I visited a village on the outskirts of Kherson that had been held by the Russians for 9 months after a scorched earth campaign. Denver and I also talked to an American fighting alongside Ukrainians to defend a town much like this one. I'm going to share those raw, unfiltered conversations with you in a second. And if you want to support the defense of Ukraine, every dollar raised this month on my Patreon page goes directly to organizations doing critical work for the war and relief efforts. Thanks. It's Ken Harbaugh with the MeidasTouch and Valor Media Networks here with Denver Riggleman in a small village on the outskirts of Kherson that was occupied by the Russians for 9 months. And this is the legacy of that occupation, a mountain of expended shells, rockets, artillery rounds, fragments. This hasn't been cleared by EOD, so we're not going to get too close to it. But we've had an extraordinary trip so far, talking to Ukrainians about what it was like to defend against this. Denver, you've had some amazing conversations yourself. What's your lasting impression?
It's tough. Thanks for bringing me here, Ken, because I look around, I got a destroyed city center over here. We got a destroyed gas station over here. We have trenches all the way through this small village. But what gets me, me and you, we have this, we're military, prior military. We have this like gallows humor, right? That dark humor. But what's really impressed me when we're talking to people like Tango, who's a drone operator, who's seen the worst, lost friends, some of the other people we've talked to, is their ability to have this affable nature, this humor, despite the awfulness that they've gone through. But then you have these dips where you can see how it affects them. And we know what that looks like. And you see it in their eyes when they're talking about their friends that have fallen. And I think what's amazing is their spirit. Yeah. And honestly, their knowledge of the battlefield and the battle space it's actually stunning, what they know.
Yeah. Well, thanks for your perspective, Denver. We've got a few days to go, but
I get goosebumps you talking to me about it right now. Some of the best people I've ever met are here in Ukraine, and I just feel like it's my second time here, Ken. And you turning me on to what's happening over here, and me being able to come over here has actually changed my life in a way. At my advanced old age of 55, right? That it's changed my life, and I thank you, brother.
Thank you. Hey, it's Ken Harbaugh. Huge shout out to everyone who has supported this show via our Patreon page. If you want to weigh in with questions for upcoming guests or give us feedback on past guests or make sure you never miss an episode, click the link below. It's free to sign up. And if you're able to pitch in a few bucks a month, just know that we put every dollar back into the show. We do have another reporting trip to Ukraine coming up. Thanks for the help. Ken Harbaugh with the MeidasTouch and Valor Media Networks here with Tango, call sign, an American veteran who served in the Ukrainian military in some incredibly difficult battles right at the front, including Bakhmut. Tango, thanks for defending freedom for all of us.
Absolutely.
Not just in the American military, but most of all here on the front lines of that defense of freedom.
Thank you.
Tell me about your unit and about your buddies that you're looking after today.
Yeah, so my unit is Chosen Company. We were a volunteer unit in the International Legion that separated and went to fight with the 59th Motorized Rifle Brigade in Donetsk. We took a significant amount of casualties there, defending the southern flank of Avdiivka in 2023 during the summer and winter periods. And that's where we lost all of our boys. Yeah.
And you got hit yourself. You spent some time recovering.
I did. I spent about 1.5 years recovering. I was hit by 23 pieces of shrapnel, several rockets, grenades, and mortars. Shot twice. Fun. And Yeah.
And you kept a piece that went all the way through your leg, as I understand it.
I did, yeah. I kept the piece that paralyzed my right leg. So I've still got it on my necklace here. I've shown it in other interviews. It's not that impressive. It's kind of just a small piece of AGS round, like a grenade round. And I just happened to catch that one right through the leg, and it made my whole leg go numb. So I was kind of crawling around the battlefield after that for a little while. Not fun. Yeah.
As we pan across the flags, can you talk about the significance of this place, where we are, its importance to Ukraine's fight for independence and freedom?
Absolutely.
And what it means today?
So this is Maidan Square. This is the place where the Maidan Revolution began. And in fact, in the base of the statue over there, you can watch documentaries like Winter on Fire, and you can see where the Ukrainians held themselves against, the sham government controlled by the Russians for however many days during the winter, and, stood up for themselves and for their own freedom and rights. And I remember when we planted this flag here for Chosen Company in 2024, at the beginning of 2024, almost all of this square was nearly empty at that point, and now it's filled with names of every fallen soldier.
What is the one thing you want Americans to know about what's happening here?
I want America to know really that this is the people that are fighting here, regardless of the rhetoric that's being spread by either side. We're not doing this for money. We're not doing this because we're warmongers. We believe in the freedom of a certain people, and America was a nation exactly like that at one point. And if it wasn't for the help of other nations, we wouldn't be the country that we are today. So us standing aside now when people need it most is a slap in the face and a disgrace to our history and our heritage. So please stand up and support us, continue to help us. We're not going to quit. We just need your help.
Thanks, Terry.
Yeah, of course, man. So yeah, these are all of our boys that died, mostly in 2023 in the defense of Avdiivka. We really try to maintain all of their flags and their names so people just don't forget, We certainly don't.
Hey, Tango, is this whole side U.S. or?
These are all mixed.
Right.
So Lance is a guy that died on my mission. Lance Lawrence, him and Andrew Weber both died in my hands while we were waiting to get Kazbeked, and unfortunately my medical bag was destroyed by rocket fire prior to that, so I couldn't help him too much. And I was the only person left fighting at that point. Everyone else was too injured, so that sucked. But let's see, we've got Swede, obviously from Sweden, Stremski, Australian, Niguera, I believe Colombian,
Right.
Lance, American, Gimli, Dalton, American, Gander, American, Ethan, American, Jeppo, Australian. We've got Taylor, who is American but born in Irish. He was actually a published author. Graham Dale. Suresh. I didn't get to meet Suresh, unfortunately. And Shaggy, who was American as well. Let's see what we got here. Lance. So I'm not sure. We might be missing some of the flags. I know sometimes people come, family members, and maybe they'll take one just for personal remembrance. So now that I'm back in Kyiv, we kind of do a rotation that if anyone's back here at any point, we'll check and make sure that all of our guys are still here. So, it's my turn now, and planning on doing that tomorrow. Yeah.
New Meidas merch drop! Check out the latest pro-democracy sticker packs, t-shirts, hats, sweatshirts, and more, all at store.MeidasTouch.com.